Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a good day. Today, I will be talking about how our brain controls our skeletal muscles. Now, before I start, think about all the voluntary, mundane things that you do in your daily life, such as lifting a cup to drink water, sitting down, eating, or moving your hand to write. These are all made possible due to our skeletal muscles, as they are integral to voluntary movement of the body. Skeletal muscles are controlled by a part of the brain called the somatic nervous system, which is a part of the peripheral nervous system. There are three main processes to how we control skeletal muscles. First, we have the somatosensory systems, which detect stimuli, the central nervous system, which then integrates and processes the information, and finally the motor neurons, which carries the processed information by the central nervous system to the skeletal muscles. How we perceive our environment and changes to it play a big part in how we control our skeletal muscles of movement. Our body has somatosensory systems which include receptors such as nociceptors that detect pain, mechanoreceptors which detect differences in pressure, and thermoreceptors which detect temperature. These receptors then perform a process called sensory transduction, where they convert the sensations into action potential to be sent to the central nervous system for processing. Besides the changes that we perceive in our environment, it is also important to note the current state of our muscles and limbs itself. This is important as it allows us to perceive the position and movement of our body and maintain equilibrium. This would be known as proprioception, which tells us where our body is in space based on specialized receptors in muscles and tendon. Now, there are two types of specialized receptors. First, muscle spindles. These are specialized receptors which measures the length and velocity of the muscle. More muscle spindles will be found in muscles that are needed for fine movements than in muscles needed for rough movements. Next would be the Golgi tendon organ. This measures the amount of force applied to the muscle. And this is how we tell the difference between whether we are holding a light object like a balloon or a heavy object like a bowling ball. Now, after the somatosensory system send the action potentials to the central nervous system to be processed, it is the motor neurons that carry processed information to the skeletal muscles. There are in fact two motor neurons, one upper motor neuron which begins in the cerebral cortex and then synapses with the lower motor neuron in the spinal cord and brainstems. These pathways are called the corticospinal tract and corticobulbar tract respectively. The lower motor neuron innervates the skeletal muscles and are responsible for the muscle contractions that cause movement.